Hi, everybody. My name is Terry, and I am with Gateway to Counseling. Today, I am going to be providing some education and a lot of support for individuals who are going through depression. I am a licensed professional counselor. I've been doing this for over 25 years, and I've worked with a lot of people who face depression. I am going to try today to come to you and not only talk about the signs of depression and the reasons why people experience depression. I'm going to talk to you in a way that maybe most people don't speak about depression. I am going to come to you from a whole different frame of thinking, and I'm going to offer solutions, of course. We at Gateway to Counseling are here to help you. But today, I want to be able to give you some tools that you can maybe start to implement right away. I think here, especially in the United States of the great America, that there are two emotions, maybe three emotions, that dominate most people's lives. We all know about anger. If you've watched my other video on anger, we know, however, that anger only masks other feelings. So the two dominant feelings that I think people experience is depression and fear. Depression is everywhere. It's a dark cloud over someone's life. And not just the person who's experiencing depression, but everyone that's around them. Depression is caused by so many reasons. The loss of someone, having a hard time in life, having financial problems can cause so much depression and sadness on us because we don't know what to do. We don't know how to have hope in such a situation. We don't know how to get help in those situations. Maybe you've lost a family member who there's been some hardship between you guys. There's been conflict between y'all, and now you're not speaking anymore. So there are all these reasons why we experience depression. I don't need to sit here today and list the reasons why you might be experiencing depression. You already know. You've already seen it on TV. You've seen it in the media. You see it on social media. And then we have all these signs of depression. And I don't need to really go into a lot of depth on that either, because you can see that on a commercial on TV, right? If you watch commercials. There's all kind of other websites and blogs and YouTube videos that talk about the signs of depression. I'm going to just highlight a few of them. You're tired all the time. You're drained. Oh, you're just so drained. You're sad. You're crying. You can't sleep at night. You can't eat. You're overeating. Maybe you're sleeping too much. Instead of sleeping 8 hours a day, you're sleeping 15 hours a day. You don't have the energy to go out and play with your kids or to be around your husband. Maybe you've experienced the loss of a child, and you can't even connect to the people that you love because you're so depressed about what you're experiencing. In these signs, there are also other outward signs like the cutting and the suicidal thoughts. And especially for the younger generation, there's a lot of social media posting about this sadness that they're experiencing, this depression, this wanting to end their life and not wanting to go on. And there's the cutting that occurs and the self-injurious behaviors. But there's also a lot of anger. There's a lot of anger in depression. And they're easily agitated and frustrated all the time and beating themselves up internally and maybe beating you up too. So there could be some physical harm occurring towards yourself or others. when you're depressed. So those are just some of the signs of depression. But I want to focus a lot today on what I think are good solutions. And I'm going to say this. The reason why I'm here today is because of the dark cloud that I see over people's lives. And I see people beaten down. And I want to be light. I want to be this ray of sunshine in your life by giving you tools that I think will help you. First of all, I'm going to be very clear in saying that there are times when your depression reaches a point that you need medical help. You need a psychiatrist. You need an antidepressant because there's an imbalance occurring. If you've watched any of my other videos, I talk about balance. But there can be an imbalance chemically in your brain. I know of someone who recently experienced this imbalance, and it shocked me. It shocked me because I know about chemical imbalances in the brain. What I didn't know was that there could be other imbalances in your body that can cause depression and suicidal ideations. This person actually had a B12 deficiency. Yes, something as simple as a B12 deficiency. And it was so extreme. And the regular doctors had missed it on 3 different occasions. And this person just started going down. Anxiety, being paranoid, and experiencing suicidal ideation and just crying all the time. Crying over this, over that, little things, big things, crying, trauma. There was a lot of trauma in this person's life, and they started reliving the trauma and having delusional thoughts about the trauma. So sometimes the depression can be physical. It could be a physical imbalance in you that's causing it. I've seen people who are experiencing depression because of a new medication that they're on, and it's causing depression. So when you are feeling depressed, you have to go through a series of tests and evaluations, including a medical evaluation, to determine what could be causing that depression. And then there are times that you're going to know what's causing it because of what you've experienced. Maybe you've been abused. You've been abused physically, sexually, emotionally, and you're just beaten down, and you know the reason why you're depressed. And some people will turn to alternatives to make themselves feel better. That's when we start getting into all the full ranges of addiction, food addiction. We have people that get very addicted to working out, believe it or not. We have sex addictions and drugs and alcohol and you name it. There's gambling addiction. There's shopping addiction. Where you're trying to use something that it's okay to have a glass of wine, right? It's okay to have a glass of wine. But when you find yourself coming home every night and you're having two bottles of wine by yourself at home, we have a problem. If you find yourself taking a sleeping pill all the time, that's a problem. And so you're not coping appropriately with your depression. There are more positive ways to cope with depression. We know about passive ways like getting into art and music and meditation and devotional time. There's yoga. Then we can get more into the more active ways of coping which could be things like working out and exercising and playing sports and watching comedies and things like that. I'm going to caution you, because there are people who will start to use a coping mechanism, and actually they're escaping. They're just escaping for a period of time. And that's not the way to handle depression. I'm going to say some things that some people might not agree with. But I do believe that depression is a darkness in life. And because there's so much darkness, you have to find a way to bring light into your life. And so I believe that you have to have spirituality. Whatever your spirituality is, whether you're a Christian, whether you believe in Buddha, whether you believe there's all kinds, right, of religion. There's the Islam religion, and there's Hindu, and there's just spirituality, right? And I don't really think it matters a whole lot on who you believe in, but that you believe, that you have faith in something greater that is not only outside of you, but inside of you. I am a person who believes that divine can come in all shapes and forms. And throughout the course of time, from the beginning of time, I believe that spirit has come in different forms. If you are a person who believes in Buddha, and you practice those beliefs, you know that his beliefs came out of this wanting to understand suffering and pain. And then you fast forward, and along the course of time, spiritual leaders have all had the same basic foundational truths. What I call a truth, which is that we are all created with everything we need inside of us to be happy. We just have to find that inside of us. And sometimes that means we need help, right? We need help to find the light that is in us, because there's been so much piling on of pain. And it's dark. It's dark in our hearts. And so you might need medication to help you with that. You might need to visit a psychiatrist to help you with that. You might need to visit us here at Gateway to Counseling. We're just a screen away to help you through this. I am also, however, going to recommend that you have devotional time, that you have me time, that you have spiritual time. And some of you might not believe in that. Some of you might say, well, I don't believe in a higher divine power. Okay. And I've had clients to tell me that. And I'll be honest, I don't know how you're going to get better if you don't believe in something. I'm not telling you to believe in one thing over another, but I am telling you that you have to have faith in something bigger than yourself that you know created you and is in you, and that within you you have love, and you have peace, and you have beauty, and you have happiness and joy. You have to understand why you're on this course. How did you get here? Why are you here? What have you done in your life to bring you to this point? If you're a child, you're under the age of 18, you're under your parents' authority. And sometimes what you experience is not because of you. It's because of what's being done to you. But when you become an adult and you become 18, you make the decision about what you're going to allow to affect your life. And that includes allowing others to control you and to make you depressed and to live in a dark world. Yes, you have experienced trauma. Yes, you've experienced hardships. Everyone has. But today, you get to decide how you're going to allow that to affect you. You get to decide that you don't have to have that in your life anymore. I am going to recommend that you spend time in devotion, that you spend time in mindfulness, that you spend time in quiet time by yourself, sitting, maybe reading, reflecting, uncovering what's going on within the core of you. Maybe you've been through relationship after relationship after relationship and you don't know why, and you're blaming yourself and you're beating yourself down. No, don't do that. Lift yourself up. Find out what's going on within you. Why did you pick the wrong person maybe? Why do you continue to pick the wrong person? What is it that you're looking for? What is causing your depression? You've had a miscarriage. You've had 2, 3 miscarriages. What's going on within your body that says this is not the time? Maybe it would never be the time for you to carry your own child. Is there a bigger purpose in that miscarriage? Do you maybe need to go out and adopt another kid because that kid desperately wants a family? I don't know. I don't have the answers for you. What I do know is that you have to spend that time with yourself. I am going to recommend some books to you. The Inner Voice is one of them. I am going to recommend A Course in Miracles. It is a wonderful, wonderful book. I am going to recommend Letting Go by Dr. Hawkins. I treasure the work that was done by Dr. Hawkins because he was a man who was a psychiatrist, a doctor. He suffered within his own life, and he did not understand human suffering. And as a doctor, he wanted to heal people. He wanted to give back just the way I want to give back. And then he learned through the course of time, through the course of his time, that suffering is from within. I am only a teacher today. I am only a guide on your course and on your journey of life. I can't take your suffering away. I'm sorry. I wish I could. I do. But I can't. But I can give you tools. I can tell you that everything you need to be better is right here inside of you. You just have to uncover it. I can say a whole lot more about depression, but I'm not going to. I am going to leave you with the thought that you are in control of your life and you can make the decisions about how you want to live it. We are here to help guide you. We are here to be a sounding board for you here at Gateway to Counseling. If you need us, we are just a screen away. We want to help you heal your life. We want you to come out of darkness and into the light. It is our mission. It is our mission to help you have a happier, better life, because I know that that's possible. I know that it's possible, and you have everything in you. Let us help you uncover that. Let us help you walk through this journey. Please enter into our gates to a brighter tomorrow where you are in control. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.